Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to ChippysCouch. So today we're back for another round of Terraria Elements Awoken, and I have to say, after how well yesterday's episode went, I'm very excited to be jumping into a little bit more of this mod. So in today's episode, we're going to be kickstarting things by making the most requested, the most reminded, the most anticipated weapon I think I've ever had in a modded series, and that is the wavebolt. This is something that I said in a very early episode. I said, you guys know I like the water bolt, right? And there's an upgrade. So hey, remind me about it. And you did. A lot of you did. Very often, in fact. And I low-key love it. Thank you very much. I now remember. So let's start off by making it. So here it is. It's the wavebolt. It does 141 magic damage. Look at that upgrade. This does 22. We do have a damage one, so it's a little bit worse, but that's a pretty big upgrade. This is like Moonlord weapon, basically. Alright, let's see. My hopes for this weapon, it just looks cool. It's actually really cool. This is like, it kind of feeds into that part of modding that I really like, where you get the overpowered stuff, or the stuff that just looks like crazy for no reason. This is frantic. This makes me want to do a boss fight and put a giant wooden pillar here and a giant wooden pillar here and go, all right, time to slay. So while we're on the subject of boss fights, we actually do have the next modded boss lined up. So this one is called Aqueous, and you fight it just after Duke Fishron in pretty much the same biome, the ocean biome. And to spawn it in, you need a strange shell. I actually did look this up. It's super simple. You need a couple shells, some souls of light, and a couple of that water essence that we were farming for in the last episode. But what blew my mind is just how close we are to the Moonlord. So after this one, it's the lunatic cultist, and then we fight the man himself, the one without legs, the Moonlord, which is mind-blowing. This series has flown by. The cool thing is, the bit I'm most looking forward to is once we've defeated the Moonlord, we have 6 modded boss fights. No vanilla to be seen, just modded boss fights, just modded content, just Elements Awoken. And I love that. I feel like Elements Awoken will go out with a big bang. I've heard that these boss fights are a lot harder than the other ones. I'm excited. What can I say? I want a little bit of challenge now. So yeah, let's get started with that boss fight anyway. I've been rambling on for long enough. So let me make the shell, like I said, super simple, super simple. And then we'll go and do it. Will I do it first time? My gut says yes. And I say it because we stomped Duke Fishron. Like, we really stomped Duke Fishron. So my gut says, well, they can't really expect you to do too many upgrades between Duke and this one. But we shall see. You never know. It is a mod at the end of the day. So today I'm feeling a little bit knackered. I didn't really sleep very well last night. But I didn't sleep well for a very interesting reason. So you may have already seen the video that just went out on Chippy Gaming. But the reason I didn't sleep very well is because I decided to run an experiment on you guys, the YouTube commenters. Because I've had it in my head for a little while now that you are some of the nicest people around, and we have a great YouTube community. And I had it in my head, what if I set up a server and didn't set up any plugins or any moderators or any rules? Would you build or would you destroy? I don't want to spoil the video, but I'm gonna spoil the video. You built and you didn't destroy, and it is an absolute phenomenon. After posting the video, I actually started learning about anarchy servers. I'd never heard of them. I don't really know too much about the Minecraft kind of like landscape out there. It wasn't set up to be an anarchy server. It was just set up to be a test to see if you would work together. And my god, you did. It's amazing. It's one of my best videos I think I've ever made because of you. And it's crazy. Alright, so here's Aqueous. It looks a bit like Brimstone Elemental, a little bit like a Celestial. She's kind of cool. I like her. I like her cloud. Her cloud is very nice indeed. I remember as a kid, we were talking about condensation and evaporation and all that the other day, and I was talking about being mind blown. I'm pretty sure I was in the ocean biome when I was talking about this. Maybe? I can't remember. But when I learned that you can't live in the clouds, like every single film as a child kind of made out to believe, you know, clouds are these soft things. If you got up to the clouds, it'd be a wonderful experience. Turns out, if you were to be inside of a cloud, you would freeze to death. That is awful. It's really sad when you think about it. It's bad, isn't it? So whenever I see clouds now, I just think of absolute... Oh, it's just sad. It really guts me. But it is cool, though, when you get to a... there are certain buildings in the world that are so tall that you're in the clouds. And that is a wicked experience. I don't know what's happening today. I told you I'm tired. I did say that. You've all been warned. New record, of course. Alright, so let's open this up. Bam. We got an aqueous crystal. Summons the 4 minions of aqueous to defend you. You leave behind a trail of bubbles. So this is instead of an accessory. So I think what I'll do is I'll swap out the Soul of the Frost just to get that little bit of extra stuff. So let's have a little look. Let's compare these. Both give... I'm going to go with that one. This one is increased critical strike chance and shooting lasers. I think this one is probably just like a little bit better. It's got the upper hand. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just jump into to the lunatic cultist. We've got nothing else to do. We may as well. Well, that was a pretty fun fight. I did kind of ramble my way through it, though. Let's be real. It's been a long day. But I do highly encourage you to go and check out the video I posted on Chippy's Gaming. Alright, lunatic cultist time, boys. Let's see. This should be a breeze. It's easy. This is going to be fine. I'm not even worried about the Moon Lord or grinding the pillars. I think with this setup that we've got right now, we're going to have the best time going. It's going to be super simple. It's not going to be a chore. All I've got to do is make sure that in a minute we get the right one. That one. Yeah, it is. Nice. Yeah, this is going fine. It is a bit of a shame that I never really got to use the wavebolt in a unique way. I guess, in reality, what I probably should have done, and maybe we will do it, because it's not going to matter either way. What we could do is, after this, and after we've done the pillars, and maybe after Moonlord, right, we could always do Betsy. We could set up an Old One's army, because I feel like that's what the wavebolt would be fantastic for. Oh, look at that. That's ace. And look at this, the Lunatic Cultist collectible and action figure. So I saw this figure when I was looking at the world that Chaos built us. I'm sure you guys did too. And I remember saying, like, the Lunatic one is the best one. It's so good. I love it. So even farming these out, absolute breeze once again. Like, we're not really using any kind of special buffs. I tried to restrict buffs for this. So this is going great. The only thing I need to make sure that I've got is kind of like an endless collection of bullets, pretty much. And I did get some more chlorophyte before the episode began, so it should be a bit of a breeze. This is good. There's been good vibes today. I'm really, really happy. I can't believe the server event went the way it did. If you do want the full context, go check out the video. But my god, you guys are amazing. Alright, it's time to do the Vortex Pillar. It's been an absolute breeze. I haven't felt paranoid, even in the slightest. This is a real change from Masochist mode. Can we just agree on that? Like, I remember in Masochist mode, this pillar was like teleporting around, and it kept healing, and it's weird looking back just how much of a nightmare that all was, in a good way. It was a very pleasant nightmare, let's be real. It's like when you go and see a horror film, and it's scary, but it's still a good film. That's Masochist mode. That's how I would summarize it. Well, there you go. The Vortex Pillar has been destroyed. So I've got a few more of these to do. Traditionally, I cut them out because there's not really too much to do. If I have anything to say, I'll bring it up. But if not, we'll jump straight to the Moonlord. I'm not trying to rush anything, of course. It's just that when it's vanilla and it's so simple, you know, there's no point really getting too into it. But you never know. Some mods, they do add, like, a little bit of an extra crafting material or a few extra enemy variants. But I feel like this has been pretty much untouched, which is fine. Like, in reality, like, why would you add to this mode? It's already kind of a bit of a slog as it is. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the Solar Pillar. This is the third one I've done. And I tell you what, the first two were an absolute breeze. But this one, with chlorophyte bullets, has been a nightmare. It really has, because what's happening is these guys are like, these ones here, are like rolling into the little balls, and they reflect all of the shots back, and I'm dying like left, right, and center. That one was a nightmare, but the good thing is, the final one that I have to do is the Nebula pillar, and that one is like my favorite, I would say. I used to think the Stardust one was my favorite, but I think I'm going to swap on that one. I really like how frequent the enemies spawn with the Nebula pillar. I think it's pretty chill. Alright, let me grab these fragments. Thank you very much. And then what I think we're going to do is we're going to do the final one together. I was going to cut it, but I've decided, nah, like, we'll keep it in. We'll have a little bit of a chat, catch up and talk about stuff, just in case, because you never know on my weekends. Sometimes I get really busy on the weekend, sometimes I don't. So uploads are always a little bit sketch on the weekend, which is probably the worst time. When you think about being a good YouTuber, you think, good upload schedule. Always telling people to like and subscribe, right? These are like the key elements of being a good YouTuber, right? It doesn't necessarily make a good YouTuber. But a good upload schedule and posting when people are free are like the golden standard. I can't do either of them. My upload schedule is all over the place, and I never upload at the best times. Never do. I've actually been changing my upload timing just a little bit to see how it would affect things. I died, that's alright. But what I've been doing is I've been posting them a little bit earlier in the day, so people in Britain get to watch them around 6 o'clock, and then you Americans, because the majority of you are American, according to the analytics, like 80% of you are. And then you guys get home a couple of hours later, maybe you see it in your sub feed, maybe you don't. That's also the risk. So I've been trying to swap things up. Alright, well since that was a complete nightmare, I'm going to concentrate. Actually, I'm going to go back on James from a couple of minutes ago. I just remembered why I hate the Nebula pillar, and it's those enemies that basically teleport every time they're shot. I hate those. Can we make a mod that removes them? Alright, here we go. Nebula pillar, about to be destroyed. Really hoping I don't die here, so that I can just go back and heal up like a normal person. Alright, impending doom approaches. So what we're going to do is, we are going to go over here, just real quick, and I'm going to slap all of this back into, that's the wrong one, getting it already messed up. I'm just going to slap all the fragments into the chest, and then what we'll probably end up doing is using them in a little bit. I was a little bit paranoid about running out of bullets, but I think I'm going to be fine. We're going to make some potion upgrades. We'll make 30 of those. So we should be good to go. We only have a limited number of buffs. I'm trying to reduce the amount of buffs that I use in all of my series moving forward. But we'll see how consistent I stay with that one. So let's go up here. And then I've got a nice platform up here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. To do it on. Alright, the Moon Lord is awoken. I will be real with you. That one did catch me by surprise. I was going to take a second to breathe and to, like, collect my thoughts before this fight began. I don't think I'm going to get the chance. So I do actually genuinely need to be careful here because I don't have an infinite health pool. And already, I have completely messed up this fight. Genuinely, this is, like, already pretty bad because I don't have life force and I also don't have, like, regen or anything. So I was kind of relying on doing the fight properly and not taking a bunch of dumb damage. But what I assumed might happen is that it would kind of have the same effect that Masochist Mode did on Duke Fishron, where I did the harder version for so long that my instincts would kick in and then the fight would be a lot easier. But I think now that I'm getting kind of stable, it should be good. I think if I do fail this fight, oh, I need to get used to that. See, that's definitely one thing. Because I don't have the Rod of Discord anymore, it is kind of hard to think, oh, I need to avoid the laser. Because I'm so used to using the Rod of Discord after, like, hours and hours and hours of using it. Okay, let's fly up. The truth is I can't hear the laser, which is not great. Because the bullets kind of basically mask the sound, which is not good. So I think I might be quiet for a little bit. You know, collect my thoughts and see what happens. But I would say, considering my health was so bad, it's doing a lot better. Okay, I can hear the laser now. That's good at least. Alright, so this should be the eye, and then now we're just working on the core. This fight is not gone as I expected, like, in the slightest. I really did assume that we would probably die after the first few minutes, considering that I basically let it take all of my health, but it's gone a lot better. I really do feel like the masochist thing is having a pretty strong effect. Now all we need to do is avoid all of these attacks. And I think I should be fine, as long as I don't go into the space biome and start getting affected by gravity. What I really like is that this weapon is so powerful that it is helping with the lifesteal. Because I've had series in the past where I've been so underpowered that the lifesteal is basically allowed to kind of do its thing. When in reality, you should make sure it stops, pretty much. Okay, it's going good. It's going good. Alright, let's see the final bit here. I think if I get hit by one more thing, I am dead, though. Alright, there we go. The Moon Lord has been defeated. And now we get to see 6 modded bosses. I'm very excited about that. The prospect is pretty great. Oh, I even got the collectible figurine. I love it. The depths of Terraria rumble. Ooh, the world has been blessed with... Did that say Luminite? Oh, it did. I like that. I like that a lot. I always say, don't I, that I don't like that you have to keep farming the Moon Lord for Luminite. So there we go. Alright. The statue is missing legs. I can't wait for in a couple of months when 1.4 probably comes out. And then we can get the leg statue. So what do we get? We got basic Moon Lord stuff. Well, alright. So I think what we all want to know now is, what can you make with Luminite? So I'm going to put this into here. And we're going to look at the bars, and we're going to try and spot things that are new. Alright, there's clearly a lot. There's a lot, but we'll go through it. So, I'm seeing a lot of new weapons here. It's kind of sad, because maybe I should have made this. Do you know what I mean? This seems probably post-Moon Lord, to be real anyway. It's in the sense of, like, this sword already seems post-Moon Lord. But there is a lot. There's armors and weapons, and the icon of healing constantly heals the player when under 250 life. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The crystal cracker. So what I would really like from you guys is to maybe suggest some things. Is there anything on here that either catches your fancy or anything that you know about? Let me know in a comment down below. So I think for today, because that was a pretty action-packed ending, I am going to end it there. I really do encourage you to go and check out the video on Chippy Gaming and go and support it, you know. Supporting it is like giving it a thumbs up, watching it for a good amount of time so that YouTube goes, alright, okay, maybe we can send this to other people. I think it's a really good video. I think it's worth checking out. Right, see you guys later. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. I might be back tomorrow, I might not. But for now, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.